In this lesson, we are going to compare and order negative numbers. Please bear with me. This might seem a tad long. I might have to break it up into two videos, part one, part two. Just bear with me. So let's start off with the number line. So we have this number line, right? I think I could do better than that. Maybe. That's good enough. So let's start off in the middle and put a 0. Now, if I go to the right, I will start to hit 1. Well, I will eventually hit 1. And if I'm counting by whole numbers, I continue just going up by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it keeps going, right? Now, if I go backwards, though, I'm no longer, like, this is gaining. Like, you're gaining values here. This one you're losing value, or you're decreasing in value. You're decreasing. So the first number you hold, like, quote unquote, it's not a whole number anymore. It's integer. So the first integer you hit is -1. Then you lose some more. -2, -3, and -4, and so on and so forth. So with that in mind, let's take a look at some of these examples. Example number 1. We're going to order these. It doesn't say, but we're going to order these from least to greatest. Now, I like to put 0. Let's put 0 here, because we don't have any positives in this. We just have negative values. I'm going to put 0 right here. See how 0 is right here? 0 is right here. So -1 would be right around here. Right? And we don't have to make this like perfect. I mean, if you want to, you can go ahead and like do this. And -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, you know what I mean? But you might run out of space. Anyways, this is all about just showing that you generally know where they are, right? So that's -1. And -3 would be right here. -7, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 8, 9, 10, 11. It doesn't matter. Remember, you're just going to show that it's somewhere over here, right? This doesn't need to be like perfect, as long as you're kind of showing the general relationship. And that's right here. So if we're looking at this, the numbers to the right are greater. Like 4 is greater than 3, 3 is greater than 2, 2 is greater than 1. 1 is greater than 0. 0 is greater than -1. -1 is greater than -2. So basically anything to the left is less, has a lesser value. And everything to the right, as you go right, has a greater value. So the number with the least value is going to be this -16 here. So that's least value. And then -7. And then -3. And then -1. Okay, let's try it again. I feel like switching up the color. So we have -2, -9, -4, -100. So I like to put 0 here. -2, let's start off there, I guess, would be -1. I like to start off with a couple just to make sure I'm going the right way. Okay, -2 is right here. -4 would be right here. Remember, the negative value increases this way, but it's a lesser value. -9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. -9. -100 is technically like way over like that way somewhere, but let's put it over here somewhere. -100. So -100 is the furthest to the left, which means it has the least value. The next, I guess the next number with a higher value, I guess, but like the next lesser number, I guess, whatever. So in order, it would be -9. And then -4. Oh, I forgot to put that there. And then -4. and then a -2. All right, so in this one, what we normally do is we do this in our head, and I usually have you do this in your head like while you're in class, but since you're not in class, we just gotta talk through it, I guess. So I'm looking for the biggest negative number, because the biggest negative number is the least. The biggest negative number is right here. So least to greatest, that's first. The next biggest negative is here. The next largest negative is right here. The next largest negative is right here. And the last negative is right here. This one has the largest value, or the greatest value, and this one has the least value. Okay, so let's look for the biggest negative number, because that's all the way to the left, right here. Now let's find the next greatest one, -25. Let's find the next one. Now normally you might say 6, but remember, this 6 is a positive. So that's actually our largest, like that number, it has the largest value out of all 5 of these, because it's positive, which are always going to be bigger than anything negative. So the next largest negative, so to speak, would be here, and then the last negative number is here, and this positive one is larger than everything else right here. So let's take what we did and apply it to decimal values. I wonder if I could move this a little bit this way. Nope. So I am going, by this point we should know I'm just going to put them zeros here, right? So I'm going to put one here, 2 here, 2 here. Okay. So I want to look for the bigger negative. The bigger negative is 50 hundredths, -50 hundredths. That's the bigger negative. The bigger negatives are actually less. That means this one is greater. The 29 hundredths, -29 hundredths. This one's actually greater, so the mouth needs to face that way. Okay, so let's look at this next one. I'm looking for the bigger negative number. So I'm just going to look for the larger negative number, 820 thousandths. This is the bigger negative, which means it's actually less. That means this one's greater, which means the mouth once again should face that way. And let's look at this one. Actually, let's just do example 8. I think we're good. So this one is 700 thousandths, -700 thousandths. This one's -987 thousandths. The bigger negative is this one, which means this one's actually less. That one's greater. Wow, look at all these graders facing this way. But you should always ask yourself, like, what's the bigger negative? What's the bigger negative? Let me write that part a little nicer. Bigger. Which one is the bigger negative? Because that one, the bigger negative, is actually less, which means the other number is actually more. All right. Good luck. Thank you.